There are 32 teams playing at the Club World Cup. We have football giants like Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, but also some less known teams like Monterrey and Flamengo, who are still going to be interesting to watch because they have some familiar names in their squad who used to play at an elite level. Let's start with Boca Juniors, who have 4 players that used to play at Manchester United. One of them is a player that people really used to like for his passion, and that's Edinson Cavani. We will probably see him play at the Club World Cup alongside his teammates Ander Herrera, Marcos Rojo and Sergio Romero. I'm sure you remember those players, and I'm certainly very excited to see them play again against some top teams. At Flamengo, we have some elite players. You must remember Danilo, you must remember Alexandro, and also the newly transferred Jorginho. These guys will be coached by someone you probably remember as a player. Flamengo's manager right now is Felipe Luis. Moving on to the Mexican team, Monterrey, they have a strong Spanish core in the team, of course, with Sergio Ramos. Some of his teammates at the club are Sergio Canales, Oliver Torres and Lucas Ocampos. In the squad of Brazil's Botafogo, we have another ex-Manchester United player, and that's Alex Telles. Another familiar Brazilian is Alan, that used to play at Everton and Napoli, and also a newly transferred striker Joaquin Correa, who came from Inter. Next is LAFC, and they have 2 World Cup winners with France. That's Hugo Lloris and Olivier Giroud. I think we'll probably see a few celebrations from that French forward. At Fluminense, we have the veteran Thiago Silva and also a forgotten talent, Ganso. I remember there was a lot of speculations about this guy transferring to a top club, but injuries ruined his career. At Palmeiras, there is a Brazilian that used to play for Lazio and West Ham, that's Felipe Anderson. At River Plate, some great Argentinians, that's Marcos Acuna, Enzo Perez, and Manuel Lanzini. Pachuca might be one of the smallest clubs in the competition, but they do have an interesting attack. That's Solomon Rondon and also Kennedy, the guy that Chelsea always gave out on loan. The Egyptian side, Al Ahly, have one noticeable player, and that's Trezeguet. Of course, not the French one, the Egyptian one that used to play for Aston Villa. The Moroccan team, Wydad Casablanca, has Nordi Amrabat playing for them. That's the brother of Sofiane, who also had a very interesting career. Al Ain has Rui Patricio in goal, and the Seattle Sounders have Ryan Kent playing for them, the Liverpool Academy player that has a lot of games for Rangers and Fenerbahce. Of course, you know all about Inter Miami because Lionel Messi plays for them, as well as Luis Suarez, Sergio Busquets, Jordi Alba. But don't forget, their coach is also an ex-Barca player, Javier Mascherano. Let's see what he can do. Of course, you know about the rich Saudi side, Al Hilal, who of course have a lot of superstars in their team like Koulibaly, Joao Cancelo, Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, Alexander Mitrovic. But also now they have a new coach, a guy who played in the Champions League final, who got his team to the final, and that's Simone Inzaghi, who came from Inter. And let's see if he can have some redemption in the Club World Cup. And in case you missed some of the recent transfers, I want to go through some players that might have their debut at the Club World Cup, starting with Chelsea's Liam Delap at striker. Borussia Dortmund signed Jude Bellingham's brother Job from Sunderland, and we might see the two brothers play against each other. By the way, Real Madrid might showcase their new players also, and that's Trent Alexander-Arnold, who hasn't debuted for the Madrid side yet, and also Dean Huijsen. Man City are having a very strong transfer window, and they will have Tidjani Reinders, Cherki and Ait Nouri ready to play for them. Bayern Munich will give some game time to Jonathan Tah, who came from Bayer Leverkusen, and finally Porto signed Gabi Veiga, a Spanish and still young and promising midfielder who went to the Saudi League, earned some money and now is back at a European club. Let me know in the comments if I forgot anyone, and tell me who you are most interested to see play at the Club World Cup.